Hi Leo, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Readings from Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your love reading for the month of June 2018. So we're going to do two readings, one for couples, one for singles. Couples, the reading is time-stamped in the description bar below, so you'll be able to see what time your reading starts. If you go to the description box, you'll see what time it starts. So using the the Doreen Virtue for your advice card. We're going to pull the advice first for couples, and then we do singles. And for the main reading, we use the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. Okay, so with that being said, let's make a start on the reading. So we're going to have a look at couples first. Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Leos who are in relationships? What is the advice that you have for Leos who are in relationships? There's two cards that are flipped out here. It's telling you to pay attention to the red flags and retreat, and you can see that those just flipped out together, and it would make sense. Pay attention to a red flag, and I think that anything you're not sure about or anything that puts you on edge within your relationship, you'd kind of need to stay away from, if that makes any sense. It says for pay attention to the red flags, it says the signs are cautioning you into retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So if the signs are cautioning you, then it's time to disconnect. Probably time to gain some introspection on the situation. We'll see what this is about, but you had two that flicked out, so we took them, and it kind of makes sense reading them together. So we'll put them here, and what we're going to do for you guys is we're going to have a look at what's going on with couples for June 2018. Universe Spirit, show me Leo couples for June 2018. Show me Leo couples. What's going on for Leo couples in the month of June 2018 in terms of love? What's going on for Leos who are actually in couples? What's going on for Leos who are actually in a partnership in June 2018? Show me. This is your love reading, guys. So let's get the cards together. What's going on around the present situation then? Right, there is worry here. You've got the Nine of Swords showing around you in the month of June 2018. So the focus will be on something that is worrying you. Sometimes Nine of Swords can also indicate guilt when it comes to love, but there's something here that's causing some tension, anxiety and worry. Now what's influencing this? A Queen of Swords. So this could be a Libra. Usually Queen of Swords in terms of love, you can have any of these court cards that show love. Usually she shows though as to be the widow or the person who's been hurt. So I don't know, this could be a person, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, could be another individual, or it could be what's making you feel, why the focus is on this is because some of you guys with the Queen of Swords, it might be that you've been hurt with the Queen of Swords, or you might have been abandoned. But usually the Queen of Swords in the upright, yeah, she is somebody who gets hurt, so we can read her as that. The reason that everything is happening is because somebody seems to not be focusing on you. You got the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups isn't always about walking away. Some of you guys, you are in relationships and somebody might have kind of disappeared. And for some of you guys with the Eight of Cups, it might be that somebody is emotionally distanced from you. Now, what you've experienced in the recent past is the Seven of Coins. Taking a step back to evaluate this relationship. What have you gained? Is it worth investing any more? The most likely outcome for you couples in June 2018 will be that you'll continue trying. You've got the Nine of Wands energy. There's a lot of tension here, but the Nine of Wands means to continue regardless. Even though it might be difficult, continue regardless. So some of you guys are going to continue trying in this relationship. You'll give it another go. One last go with this Nine of Wands energy. The immediate future shows up as the Ten of Coins. Ten of Coins is all about finding stability and security and wealth within that relationship. The external factors are showing the Fool. Okay, so I think that the Fool, really, in your relationship is showing that somebody isn't 100% committed to this relationship. There might not be... Fools show as commitment foes. So for some of you guys, somebody is showing a lack of commitment, and the root issue is that they're not fully focused on the relationship. Also, I think that if somebody's not fully committed with this Fool energy, I get the impression for you Leos who are in relationships that this person here isn't focused on, and I think if they're not fully committed, they're not fully committed to resolving the issues, because the Eight of Cups, when you turn your back on the Eight Cups, what you tend to turn your back on is the problems in a relationship. You're looking for something better. So I get the impression that this is one in the same person in this area here, because the synergy, the sameness between, sorry about that, the similarity between both of these cards is that this person here the Fool only ever wants fun. This is what fools are. Sometimes they show as narcissists or people who only enjoy relationships if there's a good time attached to it. When anything gets too serious, they might just flake off. And the Eight of Cups guy doesn't want to know about problems, okay? So this person only wants to focus on the good things, but they don't really want to tackle the things that are behind them. So I get the impression in these two areas for you people who are in relationships, Leos, you've got somebody around you who, number one, isn't committed to. What is it they're not committed to? Well, the root issue. Resolving issues within your relationship. They've got their back turned to it and they're looking for other distractions. And I think that this is what's causing the worry, because some of you guys might be feeling a great deal of hurt with this Queen of Swords energy, and in the recent past saying, well, what's going on, what's being gained in this relationship, is this relationship going to gain any traction here, am I going to see the results for all of my hard work and effort, or is it worth even investing any more in this situation? But I do think that you guys will continue to try with this Nine of Wands energy coming in. You do have this might be a family gathering with the Ten of Coins showing up here, that is showing some great wealth and happiness and joy in the relationship. Eight of Pentacles isn't always about money. The Ten of Pentacles isn't always about money and financial abundance and security in relationships. Sometimes the Ten of Pentacles is literally a card that says you feel wealth within your family. So there's a wealth of security coming in for some of you guys and in the immediate future. Now what you've experienced coming in as an influence is reconnecting with the Six of Cups energy showing you. Some of you guys, it might be something around children, but I think it's reconnecting on an emotional level with this Six of Cups because of this. So there might be a family gathering, a wedding, or just spending time with extended family perhaps for you and your partner, or with your families. And during that time I feel that what you've experienced is a reconnection, the Six of Cups energy between you and this partner. And the hopes will be for positive changes, the Wheel of Fortune. What's the outcome? Well, it's you, the Queen of Wands, and I think this says that you're feeling far more confident. Queen of Wands can read as an Aries or a Leo female, male, but this is all about attracting in more things, better things, and feeling more confident. So I think that the outcome for this relationship is you guys feeling far more confident, but it's all to do what's going on here with this Ten of Coins. Because I'm seeing a family gathering or something like this, but even if it's not a family gathering, it's just feeling a great deal of stability and wealth within this relationship, in which what you experience is an emotional connection again. There's kindness and there's support that's being shown here via you and the partner. And there's you guys feeling far more confident in the outcome, because this partner hasn't been paying a lot of attention to this relationship. It's almost like this person finds it difficult to deal with problems within the relationship, and they look for other distractions. And you guys feeling hurt here and saying, well, what am I getting out of this? Is it worth me still investing in this? Because the partner isn't paying any attention, and they seem very uncommitted to doing that here. But it looks like you're, this trying with the Nine of Wands, it looks like it's going to pay off, because the most likely outcome is you guys keep trying. The overall outcome from that is that you're feeling actually great about it, and you're feeling, reinvigorated in a sense of happiness again, and joy and enthusiasm for this relationship. So it's really good. Let's get what this is about. So the external factors for the relationship for Leos in the month of June 2018 is the Fool. What's the Fool about? Show me. Right, so the Fool is about, I think that the Fool shows somebody who's lacking commitment in this relationship, and it's all about the Seven of Wands energy. I don't think that this person can be bothered with your issues, Leo, because when you get the Seven of Wands, this person tends to put a wand up. So they're putting if you look at the wand as doing this, it's saying stay out, I've had enough of this. If you look at the Six Wands here, these Six Wands are asking for help from this person, but this person is saying no room at the inn. Do you see what I mean? It's like all of these wands have got, we don't see the hands attached to the wands, but the hands are saying, we want help, and this seventh wand person is saying, I can't help you. And I think that really in a nutshell, this is all about challenges. So this person, I think that what is missing here is the external factors is somebody who lacks commitment. And that commitment is all about to face challenges. I think they lack commitment they're not committed to facing the challenges with them the external factors showing the Fool. Because the Fool only wants fun. The Fool enjoys new things and new beginnings, but the Fool can sometimes falter and sometimes finds it difficult, because it's like a teenager, to deal with the truth, the everyday, mundane of life and of relationships. So, and also in love readings, the Fool can mean somebody who's non-committal. So I think that somebody is not committed to facing the challenges, let me put it that way. So this is all about facing your challenges. So I think there's somebody around you who's not committed to facing the challenges in the relationship, because the root issue is all about the Age of Cups. I think that they are very distracted by other things and they won't face the problems within the relationship. What's the Age of Cups about as the root issue for Leos? What's the Age of Cups about as the root issue for Leos? Show me. The Chariot. So the Chariot represents to try and overcome obstacles. So this is to try and bring together opposing forces and move forward. So if you've ever seen a dog walker with two dogs, you'll always see the two dogs pulling the dog walker in two directions. The dog walker is often trying to bring those two dogs together so he can get home. And, you know, it doesn't have to fuss about or flap about. But, and it's like that. The Chariot is in charge of the Sphinxes, and it's in charge of the Chariot. It's in charge of keeping control. So I think that what's probably going on here... So I think that what's probably going on here with this Eight of Cups is that the root issue is about somebody who can't face their problems. They're not facing... I think the root issue is somebody's not willing to face problems, and it's all about... The problems are all about the Chariot, the opposing forces that are threatening to throw you apart or to split you in two, and they won't face up to trying to clear that mess up. And I think that as a result of that, in the recent past, you've experienced the Seven of Coins. And what's this Seven of Coins about? What's the Seven of Coins about in the recent past? It's about the Five of Wands. So I think that in the recent past, you guys have probably taken a step back with the Seven of Coins. And it's about taking it. And what's the Seven of Coins? What are you taking a step back from? What does this involve? The Five of Wands. Taking a step back to evaluate the conflict, the pettiness in this relationship. Whether this will be an ongoing thing, whether it can be... But it's not in reverse. So you're not... Possibly not possibly with the Five of Coins, you're not evaluating whether this Five of Wands can be resolved, but it's more about evaluating, taking a step back and looking at whether you want to invest or continue investing in a relationship with the Five of Wands that you seem to continuously have this kind of argumentative energy with. And, you know, your challenge is the Queen of Swords. And what's the situation about the Queen of Swords? What's this situation around the Queen of Swords energy being the challenge? The Ace of Coins. So your challenge is the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords, this challenge is about the Ace of Coins. So the Ace of Coins can be money, or it can be in a relationship, it can be commitment or venture. So it might be that your challenge is communicating the truth, because the Queen of Swords is a truth teller. So it might be that your challenge is getting the truth with the Queen of Swords energy, and that truth is all about the Ace of Coins. The potential, the commitment in this relationship, getting the truth on maybe how this person feels about your relationship and what part they have to play in how committed they are with the Ace of Coins energy. And it might also be your challenges, because you've got Temperance here. Now, when you get the Ace of Coins, all aces represent new beginnings. So this is a new grounded beginning. And it might be that your challenge is communicating here, that perhaps if you guys worked on developing a new beginning, but this is a grounded, something that is real, something that is tenable within the relationship, that maybe, just maybe, you guys could manage the opposing forces of that Chariot in order to bring healing and balance into the relationship. But this is why I think that you guys, the energy around you is worry with the Nine of Swords. And we're going to have a look at what that worry is about. So what's the Nine of Swords about? What's this Nine of Swords about? Well, it's about the Ten of Wands, the pressures, okay, and the Eight of Swords. This is all about the burdens that are being carried, especially in terms of blockages. So it might be bringing somebody who feels burdened by, perhaps, I think there is worry here. The most likely situation around June 2018 for you guys in relationships is that somebody is feeling very, very burdened by somebody who seems to be emotionally or mentally or communicatively blocked. So it's almost like feeling burdened by somebody who's not saying something. So I think the energies around your relationship is a great deal of worry, and that worry is about the situation around the worry is about somebody who feels very, very burdened by the Eight of Swords, burdened and frustrated, or burdened by the words that they cannot say. So it's almost like there is a great deal of pent up energy showing here for you guys, and it's influenced by the challenge being communicating the truth. And the truth is, I want a fresh start with the Ace of Coins. I want us to have this grounded new beginning in which we can find our harmony in this relationship. So I want us really to make a promise that we're going to work towards this. And also the root issue is to do with this person who's not looking at the problems. So they're not looking at the Eight Cups, and that there is some form of defunct energy in this relationship, especially emotional in terms of, and this is all about the Chariot. So this person doesn't want to look at trying to clear up the mess behind them, and the situation is trying to manage this situation, trying to gain some form of control in the wayward energies in this relationship. And that's why in these areas here you want to say to this person, actually, if we could make a promise to make some grounded new start in this relationship in which we both tried with the Temperance card to manage these elements, because you, not you, coupled up Leos, but you're saying the partner, you're saying, well, because you are not facing up to the fact that we need to try and manage this rocky road that we're both passing through in this relationship. And that's why the energy is that there is a great deal of worry here, because there is pressure that is being built up in terms of what somebody is not saying with the Eight of Swords, and as a result of that, it's just going to continue and continue and continue until somebody explodes. We don't even need reversals in this, because I think that a lot of the energy is showing blocked energy, especially in things that you're not able to say, because the external factors show somebody is not committed to facing up to the challenges of this relationship. Somebody's not committed to facing up to the challenges, because they don't want to know. They've got their back turned to the mess. They've got their back turned to the unstable energy of this relationship here, in that they don't want to have to manage it with the Chariot. And you have been saying to yourself, is this worth it? Is it worth me investing in a relationship where there is complete and utter conflict? Because my challenge is speaking my truth, that I feel that if we could plant a new seed with the Ace of Coins, we could eventually start to manage this thing. But around you, the energy is, well, I'm worrying because I feel under pressure by the inability to say these things, having to keep these thoughts to myself with the Eight of Swords, and having to keep these words to myself. And the most likely outcome will be the Nine of Wands. And why will the most likely outcome be the Nine of Wands? What's this Nine of Wands about as the most likely outcome for Leos who are in relationships? Show me. So I think that you'll keep on trying. And the situation is about the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is about conflicts. And the Page of Cups showing here. So the Five of Swords shows feeling hurt and feeling let down, and the Page of Cups is all about a dream that you were invested in. So I think that you'll keep on trying, and you'll keep on trying because you have felt a great deal of hurt and a great deal of loss in terms of the dreams that you've had in terms of this relationship. The Page of Cups is all about your dreams and the dare to dream and the dare to have the dare to have the vision of love. And this is the dreamer card, when you're dreaming about the most beautiful relationship that you can have. But I think that there has been a sense of loss in terms of the dream that some of you guys have had, and I think that you will keep on trying even though you have lost perhaps the ability with the Page of Cups to dream about a future in this relationship. You will keep on trying, showing here, I think. And the most likely outcome is showing as the Ten of Pentacles. Sorry, the immediate future. What's this Ten of Pentacles about for Leos who are in relationships? What's this Ten of Pentacles about? Well, the Hermit. So the Hermit is about seeking. So now I think a light is being shone on the problems in this relationship. So I'm actually seeing that even though your challenge is communicating honestly, Leo, with this Queen of Swords energy being your challenge, that you feel that a new grounded beginning could lead to harmony and balance being restored in this relationship. As a result of that, I'm seeing stability that is being restored with this Ten of Coins energy. A great deal of wealth being placed in this relationship now, as you start to highlight with this Hermit energy the major problems, the things that are really going wrong with this relationship. And as a result of that, what you've got coming in is the Six of Cups energy. And what's this Six of Cups about? What's this Six of Cups about? Well, the Three of Pentacles talks about you start to discover partnership. So you've got the Six of Cups, and your experience coming in is unconditional love, being able to be playful with each other, showing love for one another. And this is all about you guys working together in a partnership with the Three of Coins energy here, in which you start to mediate with the Two of Pentacles. So working in a partnership is the Three of Pentacles, in which you literally start to mediate and balance out the energies that have been very difficult before. And that's why you've got the Six of Cups coming in. And this is making promises, having a shared ideal together, loving one another. And it's all about that love showing its way through the partnership that you are, the agreement to try, also this is an agreement, the agreement to manage the difficult energies together. The hopes would be the Wheel of Fortune. And what's the Wheel of Fortune about? What's the Wheel of Fortune about for coupled up Leos? Well, it's all about change, definite change, permanent change with the Death energy. That brings in, I think, with this Seven of Cups, or it could be the ending of confusion, for example, because this is an ending and this can be confusion. So I would probably read that as a combination, the ending, set death to confusion, the Seven of Cups. And the hopes will be that changes for the better, because this situation is about ending the end of all of this confusion, things being up in the air. The outcome shows you guys feeling more confident, the Queen of Wands. And what's the situation about the Queen of Wands? What's the Queen of Wands about? What's the Queen of Wands about? Showing the outcome for Leo. Well, there you go. This is hopes and dreams manifesting with the Star energy showing up here, and the Two of Wands energy showing up here. I think that this hope and this positive manifestation of good things happening in this relationship, also healing with the Star card, is bringing, I think, with this Two of Rods, a new direction. I'll probably call this new direction rather than you know, bringing you know, a divisory path. I think that this is really just saying that there's healing that's occurring here, bringing a new path to this relationship, bringing strength as well, so healing in a partnership as well, perhaps. So I think that this is you guys feeling more confident, because this is about you healing a partnership, or, you know, Two of Wands can also show as a partnership and a love reading, so this is all about the healing of a partnership with the Two of Wands. So, you know, your advice card for those of you in a partnership, in a relationship, are pay attention to the red flags and retreat. So it's not a time to argue. I think the retreat time card is saying it's time to disconnect from the world. But I wouldn't say it's disconnected from the world. I would say that, you know, this is about you two retreating. It's where you can see a man and a woman walking here, and it looks like a woman's got a wedding gown on and the man's got a wedding suit on. So, you know, you guys need to pay attention to the difficulties. Pay attention to the red flags in this relationship, and the red flags are showing with another person here. So pay attention to the red flags, and it says the signs are cautioning you guys that you need to retreat. You need to take time out to seek some inner reflection together on this relationship, to work out exactly where it is and what it is that you do. So the external factors are showing the Fool energy, and I think that the external factors, maybe the partner is not committed to defending or to fighting for, or to face, I would say facing up to the challenges though. So I think that your partner is probably not committed to facing up to the challenges in this relationship. Now, the reason that everything is occurring is because this partner is not focused enough on the negativity, or the unstable emotional energies here, in which somebody has been trying to gain some control. So this might even be your energy here. This person doesn't want to, you've got a partner who's not willing to face up to the challenges of the relationship, because the root issue is that it could be you guys showing as the Ace of Cups here. It could be you been finding it very difficult to deal with your emotions. You might have been having some very unstable emotions here, and it's all about you trying to gain some form of control in your life of those emotions, because the Chariot is about trying to gain control of our emotions. But somebody's not. So I actually think that this might be you, but I feel that you might have been going through a turbulent time, maybe depression or something like that for some of you Leos. But I feel that the external factors are showing that a partner who's not supporting you in that. And I think in the recent past, you guys have taken a step back and said, you know, what am I investing in here? You know, do I really want to invest in a relationship in which with the Five of Wands there's a lot of kind of petty arguments and conflict? And I think that you guys, your challenge is that speaking your truth with the Queen of Swords, being honest with this Queen of Swords, and that communicating clearly. And the clear communication would be about, well, if we could start to try and have this new beginning, but more grounded, put some ground rules into place with the Ace of Coins, so that we can start to water this and develop it and work on it and see it grow. We could really find healing together. And I think your challenge is that you've found it difficult to say this to this person, because they don't seem to be very good at facing up to the challenges that you face. And I think that as a result of that, you guys, the energies around you, is a great deal of worry, because this is more about you guys carrying a burden, and that burden is all to do with your own mind and your own kind of mental blockages and your own and your inability to speak to your partner and tell them what you truly need from them. So I think some of you guys are finding it very difficult to truly speak about what you truly need from this partner, because I think the partner finds it difficult maybe to cope or to deal with your challenges. And as a result of that, I think that you will carry on trying. But this is all about the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, now I would read as, it's all about the Five of Swords. So if you're going to carry on trying with the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Wands, or keep on trying card with the Nine of Wands, is all about the Five of Swords. So what are you trying about? The Five of Swords. The Five of Swords can be conflicts and loss. But the Five of Swords can also be to gain victory and to gain empowerment over your partner or over the enemy or whatever it is. But I think that this is actually gaining victory for you. I think you're the third swordsman, Leo. And this is all about you gaining power and victory with the Page of Cups, showing love, expressing your desires, expressing your feelings to this individual. So I think that you're, to reread this again, I think that the most likely outcome will be that you guys will carry on trying. And how you're going to do that is by the Five of Swords. And this is about gaining victory through the Page of Cups energy, being nice, being caring, being loving, expressing your feelings for this individual, that type of thing. Okay, not talking about your problems though, but more just showing them or giving them what it is that you feel that they want to have. You know, this looks to me like the partner that doesn't want to have to face up to the difficulty in relationships and only wants the nice things in a relationship, you know, which is the lovey-doveyness, the sex, the romance. But when it gets anything more complicated than that, I get the impression that this partner has a problem with it. But coming in, you are going to find that there is stability in your relationship with this person, because I think the partner is starting to see with the Hermit energy exactly what it is that you've been dealing with, exactly the problems that you've been dealing with the Devil energy. It might be for some of you guys there's a drink problem going on here, but something is being revealed. The Hermit often shows there's a revelation, and what it finds when it turns its lamp is the Devil, and the Devil is often to do with abuse and to do with limitations and problems and negativity. So the partner might be able to see exactly what it is that's been torturing you, what it is that's been kind of putting limitations on you and making you feel the way that you feel in this relationship. The lovely thing is that influences coming in will be the ability now to start to really show love to one another. But that is going to be done through working as a team to try and manage with the Two of Pentacles energy the elements of whatever difficulties, mental or emotional difficulties some of you Leos are going through. I think the partner begins to recognise, shit, Leo is actually going through something here, and I need to work together with Leo to try and mediate these energies, to try and balance them out, whether that's in some of you guys taking depressive tablets or, you know, medicines, that type of thing. I think the partner will be there to support you, and the hope will be that there will be a change for the better now with the Wheel of Fortune, and this is all about death and ending to confusion with the Seven of Cups energy. And the outcome shows us the Queen of Wands. You guys feeling far more confident because this healing, there is healing now in this partnership, but this healing now has brought in the ability to now tread a new path with the Two of Wands energy, and has given you the confidence now to tread a new path within this relationship. It's a lovely reading, and therefore your advice is pay attention to the red flags and retreat. So I think this is more saying that you both need, you and the partner need to pay attention to the red flags, what's going on. The red flag is the devil energy, and retreat to take time to implement some changes if you're going to move forward. It's a really lovely reading. We're going to do, let's have a look at the timestamp, 29 minutes 53 seconds on this one. So let's have a look. Alright, so we're going to timestamp this one. Let's have a look. There we go. So let's have a look at you singles then. Universe Spirit, what's the advice you have for single Leos in the month of June 2018? What is the advice that you have for single Leos in the month of June 2018? Show me. Right, so it says getting to know each other is the advice. It says, as you reveal your inner most selves to each other, your bond deepens. So there could definitely be a love around you in which you're starting to develop a bond with an individual in the month of June 2018. Let's get the reading on this single Leos. So Universe Spirit, what is the messages and the situation coming in for single Leos? What are the messages and the situation coming in for single Leos in the month of June 2018? What are the messages and the situation coming in for single Leos in the month of June 2018? Show me. Alright, let's split the deck into three. 1, 2 and 3. Let's collect that back up like so. Let's have a look for you then. So around you we have the 10 of coins. So I think the focus will be on building a relationship because you're single, remember. So if you're single, you're hardly going to jump into something long-term. So I think that the focus for the month will be on building a long-term relationship with an individual. Now, what's influencing this is that you seem to have found the one. Nine of Cups often shows that when you're feeling really satisfied with someone that you've met. And the reason that everything is occurring, there you go. New relationship with the Two of Cups for some of you guys. So this is all about getting to know someone with that Two of Cups, going on dates. Now, around that, we do have the Seven of Swords showing here. In the recent past, there might have been a little bit of deception, or maybe there's distrust. It doesn't always mean deception with the Seven of Swords. Sometimes it means you don't trust someone. But the most likely outcome will be, well, you've got the Nine of Swords showing here, worry, what the fuck. Coming in for you single Leos, the Chariot. I think that you're moving forward and trying to, because I think that this is a lack of trust maybe on your part in the recent past. However, the influence is that you are really feeling quite good about this individual, and as a result of that, I think you are able to overcome the Seven of Swords energy. Right now, the external factors, you are showing Leos, single Leos, you are showing as being judgment. So you're going through a new phase in your life with the judgment energy, in which the focus now in the month of June will be on building a long-term relationship with someone. The root issue is that this is something you've been discussing. This is someone that you've just met. You're having lots of conversations. You have a shared ideal as well with that Two of Cups energy and showing there. I think that for some reason you've lacked some trust in the recent past. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the person. I would say that this is you lacking some trust. We'll see what that's about. But what you're influenced by is that you're feeling really good about this person though. But the trust might be within yourself. And as a result of that, the focus is on building something with this individual. However, the most likely outcome will be this Nine of Swords, worry. Coming in, overcoming obstacles in the immediate future. Influences that you'll find coming in are the Four of Swords. Some of you guys looking to take a break for some reason with the Four of Swords energy. Hopes or fears. Fears are the 5 of coins. For some of you guys, abandonment or lack in this relationship. The outcome shows as... No, it's good. I mean, I can see like a brief break happening here, but again, the overall outcome is taking... is a new beginning, a new passion, still attraction going on there between you and this individual. There's still a flame there. There's still the potential. There's still raw potential in the outcome. Even though the most likely outcome shows you being worried, the overall outcome is that there's still raw potential in this. Let's have a look. So why is single Leos showing this judgment in the month of June 2018? Why are single Leos showing us being judgment? Show me. Okay, so I think that you're making a decision between maybe 2 parties here. 2 of Wands means 2 paths. Doesn't usually have to mean 2 people, but it can also mean, do you see what I mean? It can mean, well, do I go for this relationship or do I just concentrate on my work, for example, you know? So I think you're making this big decision, and this decision is involving 2 paths that you've got to take, okay, that you're taking here. It's a decision between 2 paths and you're making a decision on that. Because the reason that everything is happening is this 2 of Cups. And what is this 2 of Cups about? What is this 2 of Cups about for single Leos? The Ace of Coins. So I think that the root issue is that some of you guys will be discussing with this 2 of Coins, and this is all about this discussion, and this connection is all about the potential. Ace of Coins, it's all about the potential for a commitment. So I think that the root issue is that some of you guys are in a relationship, or you are very connected to someone in terms of forming a commitment, for example, with that Ace of Coins, building something that has the potential for longevity in the future, or you're talking about it with this individual. You'll have experienced as a result of that the 7 of Swords. And what's the 7 of Swords about? What's the 7 of Swords about? The Page of Swords. So this is communication. So in the reason, you know, as a result of this, though, the 7 of Swords can be deceptive energy, and it's all about communication. So in the recent past, as a result of this, there might have been some deceptive communication. The Page of Swords talks about somebody, a spy, for example. But I wouldn't read it like this, unless you guys are spying on this individual, for example. Okay, or not unless this is all about the 7 of Swords in the recent past, some form of deception. Is it about some form of communication? Is somebody being deceptive in terms of who they're communicating with the 7 of Swords, what they're looking at with the Page of Swords, sorry, that type of thing. But I see you communicating with the King of Cups, Leo. I think that either in the recent past there has been some deception here. It's either you're communicating or looking into another individual, or the other person's doing it with these 2 cards. And what you're influenced by this month, single Leos, is the 9 of Cups. And what's this 9 of Cups about? What's this 9 of Cups about? Okay, so the 9 of Cups is about the 9 of Pentacles. So this is all about being happy. What's influencing you this month, or challenging? No, I would read it as a challenge. So I think what's challenging you is being totally happy and contented. Now that contentment is not about this relationship, it's about being on one's own, enjoying one's own company here, which is why the focus will be on the 10 of Coins. And what's this 10 of Coins about? What's this 10 of Coins about? It's about the Devil. So the focus is on the 10 of Coins, but it's about your desires more than anything. So I think the focus is on having permanency, having stability in relationships that are to do, but this is about the permanency, and the stability is to do with what your external pleasures. This is an external thing, I think, because the Devil is all to do with the material. So it might be your focus is on having stability and security within your life that is to do with the material elements of your life. So the money, for example, a nice home, a husband or a wife. But it's about having all of those external things, because you guys have been communicating and connecting with someone who, and it's all about the Ace of Coins, who wants that commitment, and you're focused on the desire of having those things, but on a material level. But the most likely outcome will be the 9 of Swords energy. And what's this 9 of Swords about? What's this 9 of Swords about? Well, it's worrying about the star. So this is about achieving off the goal with the star energy. So the worry is about the 9 of the star. The star is all about achieving a goal with the star energy showing here. When you get the star and the tower, cards like the tower together with the star, it tells you your star is over. So often, you know, if you've got time in the limelight with this person, it could mean with the tower energy it's at an end. So this person's no longer taking any notice of you, and it might be the most likely outcome is that you guys start to worry that, you know, your time in the limelight with this person may be over with the tower. It's not going to last long. It's going to, you know, if the star breaks up, that's it. Or just break into huge fragments. So it's the breaking down of the illusion or the breaking down of the dream. This won't happen. It's not going to occur. Or if this person pays a lot of attention to you, then just maybe your time in the sun, your time in terms of being recognised by this individual is at come to a full stop and end. It's not even a full stop. It's just gone with the tower energy. It just disperses. And the Chariot in the immediate future comes in. And what's this Chariot about in the immediate future coming in for single Leos? It's about the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords in the immediate future, I think that what you single Leos will experience is the overcoming of obstacles, and this is about the Chariot. So the Chariot talks about the pursuit of a goal, for example. So it might be the overcoming of an obstacle in pursuit of this goal, or it could be maybe there's some success and victory here concerning a Gemini person, that type of thing. But I think that this is perhaps about the pursuit of plans, because you've got the Ace of Swords here, and the Knight of Swords talks about the pursuit of a goal, and this might be to do with an action plan or a plan for the future with this individual. However, we do have the Four of Swords as an influence coming in. This is with the immediate future, and I think that this is influence is coming in. Well, what's this Four of Swords about? What's the Four of Swords about? The Empress. So I think that there is a certain amount of withdrawal coming in here, and it's all about the Empress. So it's a withdrawing from nurturing and growing this relationship, nurturing and growing a partnership. So it's almost like it's a quick-lived relationship, or it looks that way to me. But there's still a certain amount of this could be contemplation as well, the Four of Swords. So some of you guys, it might be that you're contemplating, and what is the situation around you contemplating? Well, nurturing this relationship. Okay, nurturing and building and developing this. So nurturing the relationship with the Empress energy and working as a team maybe in terms of doing that. You've got 2 3s here, and 3s are all about action plans and development. So this is all about, working in a partnership here to nurture and grow this relationship by working in a partnership. So I actually think coming in is not withdrawal. I actually think it's contemplation, to be honest with you. The fears will be the 5 of Coins. And what's this 5 of Coins about? What's this 5 of Coins about for single Leos? Well, the 10 of Swords. Betrayal, endings with that 10 of Swords showing, yeah, there you go, the 10 of Swords and death. So there's an ending with the 10 of Swords, and it says it's finally over with the Death card. So your fears will be about abandonment. And this is about this relationship being over, a final ending, a final conclusion to it with the 10 of Swords and death. But the outcome is good, the Ace of Wands. And what's the situation around the Ace of Wands in the overall outcome? What's the situation around the Ace of Wands in the overall outcome in 2 cards? Well, you guys managed to juggle, or you managed to find some balance here. The Page of Coins. Well, I certainly feel that, but this guy here looks like this can be a proposal in that, but I don't think this is a proposal. Just the way that the page on this card looks like he's standing back. He's holding on to his pentacle from the 10 of Cups. He's definitely thinking about it. Can you see there how much he stands away from here? Usually with Page of Pentacles, it shows with their hands out. Usually when I see cards that are holding things, it says they're ready to give it. When they're holding something back like this, it says that they're not. So I think that definitely you guys are going to be finding ways to balance out this energy together. But I think that there is still the cautiousness about kind of taking it to, a number 10, to the absolute level. And this is why I think the overall outcome is the Ace of Wands. That there's still potential here. There's still a flame in this relationship. There's, a new beginning here. this is all about the overall alchemy saying, well, this is at the moment just new desire and new beginning, because you guys, it's all about you guys finding ways to mediate and navigate with that Two of Coins any difficulties, and this is what you'll do. But I still feel that you'll remain cautious about developing the relationship the whole way, or this person might be cautious to do that. I still see somebody being very interested here, but I feel that it's more than likely going to be just a relationship that's going to take time to build. Alright, so this is why it's getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost self to each other, your bond deepens. And I certainly feel there is a bond that's going to be deepening here. Let's get this reading again. In the month of June 2018, for single Leos, I think that you're at a place where you have made a huge decision with the Judgment energy showing here. And that decision is based on a path that you were taking, or a couple of paths that you were taking, maybe being at a crossroads. And the root reason that everything is happening is because for some of you singles, you'll be, could be a new relationship. For some of you guys, it might be at work, because what's a new relationship about the Eight of Coins? So it might be at work, or it could be that you are in a new relationship and discussing, and what is it you're discussing? The Ace of Coins, the potential for long-term commitment. Now, in the recent past, I think there has been some deception here, as I think that one of you has been calling or texting a King of Cups energy. I think this is somebody else doing this. One of you has been talking to somebody else, I think. But your challenge is feeling happy. Nine of Cups, and what's this about? So feeling happy being on your own and paying the bills on your own and doing everything on your own. You obviously, I think for some of you single Leos, want something that's really grounded. And as a result of that, the focus will be on having a long-term relationship, and that's about your desires. So I think that you're very, very tempted and very seduced by the idea. I think it's more about being seduced by the idea of being in something long-term, because some of you guys are having problems being on your own. The most likely outcome will be that there will probably be some worry here, because your desires with that star energy, it might be that they are not particularly stable desires, and it's not a stable enough energy to see them manifest. It might be all your goals will be shattered, or your goals in terms of what you want for this relationship might be shattered with the Tower energy, your dreams and your inspirations. However, coming in, it's good, because you've got the Chariot, overcoming of obstacles, and that's about the Knight of Swords. It might be the pursuit of an action plan, the Knight of Swords, or coming in, it might be some information concerning the truth on this situation from this person potentially. And therefore I think influences coming in will be with this Four of Swords, contemplation, and that contemplation is all about nurturing this relationship and working as a partnership to do that with the Three of Coins. Your fears will be being abandoned, Five of Coins, and it's all about this person probably putting an ending to this relationship, betraying you and putting an ending to the relationship, perhaps ghosting you if anything. And the outcome shows that I feel that this relationship is just at the start. The overall outcome is this relationship for you guys is just at the start. It still has the potential for growth. And that's about you guys finding ways to juggle the relationship with the Two of Coins energy, but remaining a little bit cautious about investing completely emotionally wise. So I think it really is, for some of you single Leos, you're going to be at the start of something with someone here, and you might be tempted to rush it quite quickly, but I think that this won't happen. I think that what will happen is that you guys will be in this situation with this person, and you'll just enjoy yourselves. I'm seeing you guys enjoying yourself in a relationship with this person. I think it's a very, very good reading, very good. There is someone coming in for some of you guys, and it will just be a matter of just taking your time with that one, because I don't think that this is something that can be rushed, and you're really just going to need to get to know each other. Alright, that is your singles reading for Leo for June 2018. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.